Alrighty, so the game between TFC versus Seattle have just finished, and I'll have a 30-minute gap before the next game between the Whitecaps and LAFC begin. This is a perfect time for me to just do the preview of the 4th of July game, where we're going to have 4 games that's going to be happening in MLS during the 4th of July. All of them is going to be the night game, and I'm assuming there's probably going to be a fireworks show after most of these games. I mean, I know there's one over here, there's one over here. Not sure about the game in LA or the one in Orlando City, but it makes sense that if you're basically hosting a 4th of July game in MLS, you have to have a fireworks show for the fans to basically watch. So, yeah, either way, let us actually begin with the first of the 4th of July game, which is Orlando versus DC United. That will start at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, but the actual kickoff is 7:08 p.m. local time. Orlando has a 7-4-6 record, while DC is dead last in the East with a 4-2-9 record. But in terms of the all-time meeting, it's relatively close. It's a 7-1-6 favor in 7-1-6 record in favor of Orlando City. The top goal scorer, you got Aaron Kerr with 6 goals, followed by João Matinho Jr. Urso, Alexandre Pato, and Juan, all with 2 goals for Orlando City. For DC United, I forgot to put that Taxi Funtas and Ola Kamara both have 6 goals so far for DC. Then you got Michael Estrada with 4 goals, and then Russell Canals with 1 goal. And you notice I didn't name the number 5 in terms of the top goal scorer. And technically, DC does have one more goal scorer in Edison Flores, who of course is no longer with this team. And as I mentioned before in the last preview, I don't put former player or players that have already left the club in the top goal scorer chart. And it just shows you that, yeah, DC this season, when you only have like 4 different goal scorers that is still on your team that score a goal, that means that they do struggle to score goals. In fact, I feel like this could be a low scoring game considering neither of these teams have been very good in terms of the goal scoring department. And now watch how this game is probably going to end 4-4 because I just said that. But no, all kidding aside, I think it should be a low scoring game. Could be maybe like a 1-0 or 2-1 kind of game. But now moving on, in terms of the next match, we have the Colorado Rapids versus Austin FC. So the Rapids, of course, returning home for the first time since they had their 23-game unbeaten run at home, comes to an end in the hands of Nashville SC. And they get to face against a former expansion team that is Austin FC and a red-hot Los Verde team who have now improved their record to 9-4-4 and have climbed themselves back to second place in the Western Conference. And the Rapids, a 5-4-7 record. I believe they're still in 11th in the Western Conference. Yeah, this season it has not been a great season for Robin Fraser. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they have not been very good on the road, but the good news in this game is that they're back home. Now this game will start at 9 p.m. Eastern, and actually it should be 6 p.m. Pacific. I actually wrote the local time of this game that will start, which by the way, the actual kickoff is going to be 7:08 p.m. local time. All-time meeting, the Rapids have a 2-0-1 record over Austin, as this is only their 4th meeting between both of these teams. And the top goal scored so far for the Rapids, you got Diego Rubio with 7 goals, Mark Anthony Kay with 3 goals, Jonathan Lewis with 2 goals, and then you got Lalo Abubakar and Michael Barrios leading a bunch of Rapids players, only with 1 goal so far this season. For Austin, you got Sebastian Giroussi leading the team with 9 goals, followed by Max Urruti with 5 goals, Diego Fagundes with 3 goals, Ethan Finley with 2 goals, and Gabrielson, who of course scored that amazing goal in the, or actually no, I'm sorry, that's actually a different play. I'm thinking of Danny Pereira too. Almost got mistaken. Danny Pereira with Ruben Gabrielson of scoring that amazing goal against Montreal in the last game, or not Montreal. I'm sorry, but against oh god, I can't think of who Austin played in the last game. All of a sudden, once again having a brain for a moment, because I think it was I know it was against a good team. Oh god, I just can't think of it at the top of my head right now. But they got a big road win in the last game, and yeah, they're looking to try to continue that heading into this game against a Rapids team that they want to get themselves back on track. Especially home has been a place where they pick up most of the points so far this season, and if they want to have any shots to get themselves back into playoff contention, they need to continue to win these home games. Now, moving on in the next match, we got FC Dallas versus Inter Miami, as this game will start the same time as the game between the Rapids and Austin FC, but the local time is going to be an hour different Instead of the Colorado game that starts at 7:08 p.m. local time, this one will start at 8:08 p.m. local time. As the Dallas have a 7-5-5 record, while Miami has a 6-3-7 record. In terms of the all-time meeting, it's hard to believe that both of these teams actually have met against each other. Like, I don't remember that they actually met against each other, but apparently, according to the MLS website, they have met against each other before, and Dallas, of course, getting the lone win in the only meeting between both of these teams. But the top goal scorer so far for FC Dallas, Jesus Ferreira, actually now takes the lead in terms of being the top goal scorer and leading the Golden Boot and becoming the first MLS player to hit double digit in terms of goal scoring with 10 goals after he scored that wonderful free kick against LAFC. But then you got Paul Arriola with 8 goals, Frank O'Hara with 2 goals, Brendan Cervania with 2 goals, and Alan Velasco with 2 goals. For Inter Miami, you got Leo Campana with 7 goals, Gonzalo Higuain with 2 goals, Ryan Taylor with 2 goals, Indiana Vasilev, who was the hero for Miami against Minnesota, scoring those 2 late goals to create an unimaginable comeback against the Loons. Well, actually, it's not unimaginable, but more like kind of almost predictable outcome of what we saw in that game. But then you also got Ariel Laster and a bunch of Inter Miami players currently with 1 goal for this team. But yeah, this is a game that, you know, for Dallas, they definitely want to get themselves back on track, because the home form has not been kind to this team, at least in these last 2 games where they're coming off back-to-back losses at home. And home form is supposed to be one of the strengths for this FC Dallas team. And if this team is going to continue to be considered a contender in the Western Conference, especially with them kind of start to fade a little bit and now drop down to 5th place in the Western Conference, they need to win these home games, and especially playing against an Inter Miami side that, you know, Miami, while they also have been very good so far this season at home, the road for them hasn't been there for them, and they're definitely looking to try to change that in this game against FC Dallas. But now moving on, in the last game on this board is the LA Galaxy versus Montreal. So the Galaxy have a 7-3-6 record, while Montreal has a 9-2-6 record. And by the way, Montreal basically staying in the West Coast, playing another Western Conference for the second week in a row, and they're looking to try to get another win against a Western Conference team after they were able to take down Seattle just a couple of days ago. Now this game will start at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, but the actual kickoff is 7:38 p.m. local time. All-time meeting, the Galaxy have a 4-3-1 record over Montreal, and in terms of the top goal scorer, Chicharito still leads the team with 6 goals, but Dejan Joveljic is sneaking it up, and especially of how good he's been in the last couple of games. He's now gone up to 5 goals, followed by Efrain Alvarez with 2 goals, Douglas Costa with 2 goals, and also Marky Delgado with 2 goals. For Montreal, you got Georgi Mihailovic, who's, I don't think he is available for this game yet for Montreal. He leads the team with 7 goals, followed by Romeo Kyoto with 6 goals. Kai Kamara with 3 goals, Joaquin Torres with 3 goals, and Mason Toy, of course, scoring the brace in the last game, scoring his first 2 goals of the season. Now ends up on the top 5 goal scoring sheet for Montreal, and there's no doubt that Montreal will look to get another win against a Western Conference team, especially against a team that have not done very well this season, that is the Galaxy. I mean, the Galaxy home form has been absolutely dreadful for this season, and that, you know, facing against the team that is at the top of the Eastern Conference is not exactly what the Galaxy want when they have to try to improve their home form, and also trying to snap out of a funk that they've been in pretty much as what we predicted to be. Like, I've said this before with the Galaxy, it feels like this season is very similar to last year, except this season, unlike how last year things didn't fall apart until the second half of the season, it has come sooner this year. I mean, things were great in the beginning of the season and Chicharito was scoring, but then once Chicharito could not score, it should be no surprise that they are really struggling this season. And also that defense, you know how it was built to be a very good defense, and maybe all the defensive issue is now put behind the door for the Galaxy. Yeah, it's back. I mean, they just shipped out 3 goals against Minnesota, and when you ship out 3 goals against a struggling Loons team that can't score goals, you know you have serious issue in terms of your defense. But let's see how this game, of course, would turn out, and also let's see how these 4 game is going to turn out. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys see a like, smash the subscribe button, let me know in the comments below what do you think of these 4 games, and make sure you leave your comments below your prediction for these 4 games that's going to be happening on 4th of July. But until then, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time.